It's in the name.
This is your Friday Refresh, brought to you by Liberte Ministries. Visit travisloveshaiti.com to find out how you can supply Bibles to those who long to read the Word of God and learn more through a visit to your church. They often appear with laughter, just as they do with mourning. They come when we expect them, and then they come without warning. They show up at the beginning, when we hear a newborn cry, and at the very end of life, when it's time to say goodbye. They flow freely when we achieve a hard-fought victory, and yet they're also there when we're defeated in agony. They find their way out on the days when brand new vows are made. They show up in frustration when the lifelong promises fade. They often come with anger, and of course, they show in sadness. They may even show up with fear, and they often express our happiness. We are moved to them with music, and even with spoken word, sometimes with scenic beauty, or when good news is heard. There are very few things that stay with us all our years, but this, our constant companion through it all, are tears. I wrote that poem this week after experiencing several high points and low points over the last several days. We had 6 deaths connected to our church family over a 9-day span. My daughter also began a lot of her lasts as a senior in high school. One particular was a performance at show choir where she sang an entire song solo at all 3 shows. She hadn't told us, so the first performance brought some proud tears from her parents. The last performance would be her last time ever in show choir since she will be graduating this May. That one brought some somewhat painful tears for both her parents and her. And so tears can be a pretty constant companion, but it turns out tears of joy and tears of sadness, tears of grief, and others aren't the exact same. Photographer Rosalind Fisher took pictures of different tears with an electron microscope. What she discovered was that tears of grief and joy have vastly different chemical components. In her eyes, they are more than just salty liquid. She says this: tears are the medium of our most primal language in moments as unrelenting as death, as basic as hunger, and as complex as a rite of passage. It's as though each one of our tears carries a microcosm of the collective human experience, like one drop of an ocean. Tears have been shed by humans since the beginning of time, and so we all, every human, can relate to the next. We are moved to tears even when others cry in front of us. It was the Apostle Paul who said, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep." So whether happy tears or sad tears, we've all experienced them in some way. There's no shame in tears. In fact, it's just another way we release our emotions and we connect with others. Shedding a tear or two might even be somewhat refreshing. And so that is your Friday Refresh.